Hey everybody, what's going on? Michael here. Today I just wanted to talk to you guys why I believe God Wars Dungeon should be in the game. Now, I know that there's going to be a future update or a future poll that's going to go up for God Wars Dungeon, a few other updates to the game that were added way after 2007 and during 2007 that are going to be in a poll, but I think God Wars Dungeon really stands out the most because it's going to be the most controversial thing over everything in the list that they added. And it's just something I really want in the game, and I really want to talk about it, and I know it's not going to receive a 75% vote, which would make it go in the game, and I just hope I can convince some of you guys. I know it's probably not even going to. I'm just wasting my time, and that was me moving my chair, by the way. Sorry. And I just hope I can convince some of you guys. So I'm just going to go off kind of like a list I'm seeing in the forums, and here's some pro God Wars Dungeon information. So it's going to bring a lot of end game content, which would mean more bosses, more, more things, especially for mains and stuff that are completely done with skilling. And I don't know, it's just something that mains can do for money other than just making bows or, doing something stupid like that, which I don't know if that's what they're exactly talking about, but I think they're also talking about maybe like the end game, like last updates or something. I'm not too sure. I also think personally that it brings a whole huge, like selection of PVM now, so player versus monsters can be a lot more fun than Calfight Queen and King Black Dragon. I don't even think there's really any other bosses that are tougher than them, and those are not even tough. So, is there? No, I don't think there is. I mean, I guess you can go kill, blue dragons or something or so. I guess it's pretty unique. Steel dragons. I don't know. So I feel like it's a lot more fun. I do like the PVM myself. I never actually done God Wars Dungeon myself. But I see videos and stuff, and this looks like so much fun, especially because it's really good ranging, really good teamwork. It's no, I meant ranging, I meant good experience. It's really good teamwork, and it's just looks like a lot of fun, especially with all the different bosses. And it's pretty hard, I would say. It's something that mains would have to do, and I feel like it would bring a lot more fun to people like me that are really interested in doing it, especially now that I have a lot more friends on RuneScape because I know people in real life, and it's just something I can definitely do with my friends, which would be really fun. So I'm really looking forward to that if it does come out. Some other things is no graves, so items will sink, and that's really good because that's a really dangerous place. So make it a lot more difficult for people to want to go and go into God Wars Dungeon, because a lot of people die there. If you're high level or not, it's just, I don't know, it's just a really dangerous place. So that's a really good idea in my opinion, or not a really good idea, just a really cool thing about it, because it'll just be a lot more difficult, and it would scare a lot of people, so a lot less overpowered weapons would be in the game. Brings a lot more items in the mix, like D boots, a lot of god swords, bandos, so it's a lot more items. I feel like rune boots should not be the best boots in the game right now. Old school PVM would be fun, more fun than EOC PVM, because God Swords would be the most overpowered gear. Yeah, so what it's saying right here is bandos would be the best armor, which would be a lot more fun than having all those other different things like Torva, and claws would not be the best, like AGS and whatnot would be, which a lot of people have mixed opinions if they like claws or AGS, but things like that, it would be a lot more fun because those would be the best items in the game. You can't get any more stronger than that, really, and I feel like that's a good idea. So let me get to like more of my opinions. I feel like right now it definitely needs to have an addition to melee, and that's only because range is the highest ever right now. It is completely super high in the triangle right now, because there's rune crossbows, dark bow, dragon arrows, a lot more things that just should not, like, I don't know, at this point in time they were adding a lot more overpowered weapons to the game. They started off with range, I guess, and they were going to do melee, and it never got added because this is before God Wars Dungeon. It's completely outrageous right now. If you go in the wild, tanks are so overpowered right now. They hit like 45s or something on you, and you can't do anything about it. You can't counter them with a really high hit. I mean, 45s is a really rare number, but with an AGS or a Bandit's God Sword, you would be hitting higher hits, and it'll just make it a lot more fun. And I don't think you can really be too overpowered if you have that versus like a tanker person ranging. So like mage is always this kind of neutral. Mage is always this there. It never is too like underpowered or overpowered. I mean, I guess you could say ice barraging someone is just really overpowered, but I mean, right now it's not. I mean, it's just neutral. Melee is really just kind of lower than I say mage because you can just or mage someone and they can't even melee you. And range is just there, just blasting everyone away. Kill mages, kills everyone, which that should not work in the triangle. The triangle range is supposed to destroy mage, while mage destroys combat and or melee, and melee destroys range, and that's not working out right now because range destroys everything. So if they added this, it would make it a lot more interesting. Now I know why a lot of people are peers on this game, and that's the only reason why I would disagree that I would not want God Wars in the game, because no one, like, as if I was a peer, I would not be doing God Wars. It would ruin the wild because everyone would be overpowered and hitting like 50s because I have one defense. But in my opinion, I mean, I apologize for all the peers out there, and I understand if you want to be a peer, but you have to realize other people are mains, and you have to understand that the game shouldn't be ran by peers, because peers are just kind of like an idea of the game that makes it just a lot more, like, I don't know, interesting, I guess, for PKing and whatnot, because you're risking higher. If you're going to risk high, you might as well risk high enough to have an AGS in the wild or something, and people deserve them. If they're going to go in the wild and bring an AGS, they should deserve them because they're going to be overpriced, they're going to be rare. I mean, there's not going to be too many in the game, especially not first. And if there's going to be a problem with it, then maybe there'd be a pull in fixing it or something. Maybe making the spec 60%, 55%, and then you can't spam it. That's only a problem really with peers, because if you're a main, you're not going to spec twice with it usually, unless you get really close and you have to spec again. But usually it's just the one spec kill type of thing. But I feel like that would not make a difference, because someone just DDS once, AGS spec you as a one defense, and you're just be completely destroyed anyways. Nothing. I mean, I don't think the game should be ran by peers. Like, this guy's a peer. This guy, oh, he's not a peer. I don't know about that guy. I think pest control is a really bad idea, because pest control is for people that want void. So I don't know. This shouldn't be the most over. Like, this should not be able to run like the game. Someone with one defense, they're trying to go past the system by having really high strength, 60 attack, and just completely destroying everyone. I just don't feel like that. Maybe I'm feeling like people, like, if they want to really kind of change something, is make God swords have defense on them. That's my only solution. I think that can really fix everything. If you have 40 defense, you can use a God sword. That's what I think they should do, with 70 attack, of course. And it would make everything a lot more even. But people I still would think would vote no. Things like that. I think that would definitely work. Because anyone that wants a God sword or should deserve to have a God sword, I think early, would have 40 defense. Just something weird and unusual like that. I think that would be good. But also, there's things like Bandos, which is going to be the best arm in the game, which would actually devalue Barrows, which I also think is a good idea, because Barrows is really overpriced right now. I understand the game just came out, but Barrows would be a normal price. It won't be too devalued, but it would be a normal price, and it'll be able to be affordable for a lot of players, a lot more like me. I can afford Barrows, and I don't know, it'll just be a lot easier to get, and it shouldn't be the highest right now. I don't want to be running around with Darok when I could be having Bandos and having a whip or something. I don't know. It's just, I feel like it makes everything a lot more interesting, because not everyone's going to be having one of those special abilities that every armor gives you, like the Varak taking away hitting through defense, and Darok, hitting higher with the lower health. I feel like that would just be more interesting to have someone that's have high defense, and that's it. And they would deserve it too, because it would be so overpriced and wealthy, and they're gonna have high defense, so it shouldn't affect any peers or anything at all. So I feel like they should add it. Just why not? I mean, it would just make the game a lot more fun for, I feel, a lot more people, because it'll make everything a lot cheaper for Barrows. And D boots, I just wanted to say, I don't think Rune boots should probably be the highest, because they're not even really that good for stats, and they're overpriced. I mean, crazy right now, but that's because of the high Slayer level. But D boots are coming out. It'll just make it a lot more. I don't think Rune boots have 40 defense requirement. I believe it's 40. Shouldn't be the highest defense boots in the game. It should not. It's way too low for that, and it's not even that many good stats compared to like D boots being pretty good stats, and they would be the best boots in the game. And it'll just even everything out, I feel like. It's also good for ranging. I don't know. Some cons I would have to say is it does remove a nostalgic feel to the game, which I'm reading right here. Removes a nostalgic feel to the game. Now, I mean, I understand that. I could completely understand that because God of War's Dungeons is not my mind. It's not something I always thought about really, but it was added pretty late into my childhood, and I feel like we're gonna have to advance from just going off of nostalgic feel. I played this game. I joined. I played. I still feel it right now. I'm feeling nostalgia for the game. Eventually, it's gonna wear off, and we're just gonna be playing the game for fun. I'm playing the game for fun actually right now, but I'm not. I'm gonna start losing nostalgia and just make new memories for this game. Um, I don't think we should play this game based off nostalgia. I don't think anyone should just play this game just because of nostalgia. They should play this game because they think it's fun and it's enjoyable, and it's kind of like a new experience we should have. We shouldn't just be playing the same game for years on end. And it's just we need to get past the fact that we're not going to be we're not going to be using DDSs a year from now. Everyone's going to get sick and tired of it. We're going to think of something different. Dragon Longswords. Eventually, we're going to get to the point where it would not be fun anymore to use a DDS spec in the wild or doing something crazy like that. I mean, I'd rather have an Armando Godsword and go spec or use a Bando's Godsword instead of a whip that everyone's going to be using at 70 attack. It just makes the game a lot more unique. I didn't even kill this thing. It just makes a lot more fun for the game, a lot more melee. It'll make the game even, and I don't know how to explain that. I mean, I think my decision to make like a 40 defense requirement would not logically make any sense to have to use the Bandit's God Sword. Maybe 80 attack, which would ruin a lot of peers. It's 90. I mean, something high like that would actually make it really rewarding for people to hit 90 attack. It would ruin most peers because let's say you're 60 attack, 99 in strength, and you're versing someone with 90 attack and 99 strength. They're going to be much higher levels, so you're not going to even be facing them in the wild. It'll be completely away from you. You're not going to even be able to play against them unless you're like 50 into the wild, which is pretty stupid anyways, and you'll be fighting mains anyways, and you'll just die. I mean, I feel like things like that would make the game a lot more fun, a lot more enjoyable. This is my cool. I extended this video way too long. I apologize. I'm just trying to talk to people while I do pest control for hours on end. And I've just been on the forums and I've been thinking about this and been reading it up. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. This is my cool. I apologize for extending this. See you guys later. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning. And I hope you guys vote yes for the next poll, or I convince you guys. So if you want to talk about it, I'd really appreciate it in the comments. Thanks. See ya.